All right. That didn't quite work. Yeah. So I had some sort of problem there. I don't know what happened there. I lost stream. So things haven't changed a ton. Lions kicked a goal. We're still back at it. It's been entertaining so far. I think like Lions have still got the pressure from last year. I'm not sure if I'm seeing that return to a halfback sort of form that we were kind of expecting from Collingwood with this preseason. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Collingwood actually has that sort of ability to run off halfback going forward or not. Back deep into the Lions forward line. It's in dispute, but it looks like it's a free to Collingwood. And yeah, it is. So, good match so far. Good match so far. All right, cool. That actually is working now. That's good. All right. Lions got another. Be interesting. I don't think we yeah. I don't know if we see the kind of run off halfback we were hoping to see from Collingwood, at least not yet. We might do soon. Good work from Zorko out of the guts. Big fly up forward. And it spills out. It looks like a quick snap and a goal for the Lions. We've got a youngster with number 22. 22 for the Lions, Ty Gallop. So he started it. Let me just respond to James. Edited. The pin is in. I don't know if you guys have ever done any sort of lives or anything like that, but yeah, we just passed the 1,000 mark. We're a little bit past it now, but 1,300 subs, which means we can apply to earn a bit of coin. It'll probably be a long time before we actually make any money. You only can take money out from Google. Oh, big grab. Damn. Strong mark. Who was that? Jeremy Mao. Nice. Yeah, so you can only take money out from Google when you've made $100. So probably a little bit before we take that money out. But we'll see. Brisbane's just slaughtering at this point, though. They're just playing so well. Hasn't quite been that run out of defence that Collingwood would have wanted to see by this point. Oof. Collingwood's I mean they're structurally defensive out of the contest. Something happened there? We're out of time. Okay. Quarter time. What do we think? I think, to quote Bobby Hill and myself, I don't think I've seen 2023 form Collingwood out of their defence yet. Lions are looking strong again. I wonder what that means long term if they're back into the finals and kind of competing for a flag. We've got a big year ahead. Doesn't mean much yet, so we've got a while to figure all that out. I'm gonna just see if I'm gonna see if we can get James on. I'm not sure if he will. He's in Berlin, so if you've watched, you might have heard me talk about James, our editor. He's an old friend of mine. We went to high school together. He lives in Berlin now. Yeah, he does the editing for us, the vast majority of it. And yeah, he's just woken up by the looks of it. So he'll be watching this Collingwood match. Very interested. He's a big Pies fan. All right. Any big? So we got a couple people in the channel. Any big like predictions for this year? I've kind of been holding off on my predictions, but yeah, I'm thinking Collingwood is just inside or just outside the 8. The top 4 come end of season. But they need to start getting that run back. And like as I said, I haven't quite seen that yet. So hopefully that progresses. And we see it throughout this match. So we've got 6 20-minute quarters, I believe. I could be wrong. We've got little doggy on the floor here as well. In case anybody hasn't seen, do a little bit of let's see if we can get this all centered up. All right, cool. Follow me. This is Toby down here. You can't see him. He's oh, let me get Toby. There we go. So this is Toby, my little dog. He's a good boy, very good boy, fluffy boy, and he's very close to the food now. So he's getting very interested. But yeah, we all right. We might have to put you down, bud, because he's very interested in that food. Right, all right, buddy. There you go. I know, little pitter patters. All right, so let's turn that off if we can. Yeah, we've turned off tracking. Awesome. I've kind of figured that out now. Awesome. That's awesome. Feel happy. Whoa. There we go. So yeah, I got a new camera. This one. So it's the Osmo Pocket 3. It's all right. It does its job pretty well in some regards. I've been hoping it would be able to be the stream camera as well as like new film camera. It's a bit crispier than my phone and all that jazz. So yeah, it's okay so far, but yeah, I'm wondering long term if it's going to work. A couple of issues, so got a little bit of time up my sleeve. I can take it back pretty easily in the next month. So if I really want, I can look at other options. But it's been pretty cool. If you're looking for a camera, they're worth considering, particularly if you're trying to make content, that sort of stuff. Little dog jump up on the bed. But yeah, I suppose got Freo on screen at the moment. Not too sure why. They're not playing today, but Freo's a team I reviewed not long ago. They're looking good. They didn't quite play that well, but I'm gonna trust John Longmire, whatever, the coach. And just assume that they're telling the truth in that they weren't trying to do anything too special. They were just going through the motions. So we'll see. We'll see. I am eating a little bit. Apologies to everybody out there. I'm trying not to chew with my mouth open. Who's we don't have anybody in chat. Somebody come say hello. But yeah, who, if anybody is in chat or wants to jump in chat, who's the early call for the Brownlow? For the Premiership, bar Brisbane. My early calls were gonna be like Freo and Collingwood, but Freo did not put up much. That's all right. Cheers, Sarek. That's fine, mate. You don't have to validate me, brother. But thank you for doing it. No. Yeah, I've yeah, I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure at this point. I don't love seeing dynasties, if I'm honest. Like, I'm a Saints man. I want my shot. Like, if we just have dominant teams forever, it's unlikely to be St Kilda. It hasn't been. So I like the idea of it always rotating. Gives us a better chance. But yeah, we've got a strong Brisbane outfit here. Collingwood hasn't shown the run off halfback I would have expected to see. It has started again. Dacos in the guts, smashes it forward. It's a 2-on-2, move to the 3-on-2. Out to the wing defensively. Oh, good mark. They're out. 3-on-1, long 40-meter beyond kick, just to nobody really. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna don't worry about scissors. YouTube, if YouTube cares about things like that. I'm chopping up some chicken for my dog. He's gonna get a little bit of this chicken. So, yeah, you can have a little bit of chicken. There you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah, cats. I hope it's not the cats. I mean, they've been like good since St Kilda was last good. They're like the opposite of that like constant rotation of new teams that are good. But I definitely see your point. They've got to my camera. Something's going wrong. It's doing my head in. It's very, very much doing my head in. So I am going to try and not stress out my computer any further. And we're gonna be doing it very, very old school. And just watching my phone. Because I don't want to stress out my computer anymore. Studio, I can. That's. What does reactions do? I can try to do something. Oh, what? All right, cool. We got some wild things here. Reactions going off. I can do background. Oh, whoa. Interesting. Not what I expected. I'm gonna have to turn that off somehow. There we go. Cool. Yeah, very confused. There's like issues with the stream for sure. Toby, you've already had chicken, mate. No more chicken. And so to everybody else here that's a first-time watcher, first-time viewer, we are going to close the mirroring because it doesn't work, which is frustrating. And open KO again. I'm trying to see what we can do. So, Toby, please stop. You've had food. It's enough. Otherwise, you go outside. And I don't want you to go outside. You're a good boy majority of the time. But you are too food obsessed. Food obsessed. He just wants his food. All right. We've got Collingwood with another goal. This is just hopefully going to stick out and work from here on out. But it's been a frustrating little trial run. Worked a little better last time. So we're just going to try and hopefully have things not crash this time. We'll see though. All right, everything's, I think, up and running again. So. Good movement from Collingwood. They are looking for that switch, not just directly down the line. Inside play. Long bomb. Don't love it, but there's forward movement at the front. Membry could try to take the shot, but it wasn't a great pass. And Brisbane are out now. It's onto the other wing. That's Neil running down the wing. Nick Dacos is chasing him. It's a little chip inside to, I believe, Morris. And then a check side attempt that's short, interrupted by McGuinness, it looks like. Handball out to space wasn't good. We've got Berry on the bad angle, and it's going out for a throw-in. Interesting. I mean, Membry had a shot there. He could have easily taken it. Probably should have, in all honesty. Ooh, that's a ball, isn't it? That's ball. No. Throw up. Interesting little piece of trivia to anybody that's out there. Y'all might remember that. Oh, good attempt. Good attempt. You guys might remember the Hunters and Collectors Road to the Holy Grail. There was a song many years before that song that was called Ball Yes by Alloy Head and the Victor Mowers. If you want to listen to the most football song ever, that's it. And my dad was in that song. He recorded that song. It's a bit of family connection to the AFL. Yeah, switch it. Going across. It's gone short though. Could be intercepted here. Tap over the top. Well done by the Lions, getting it out to the wing. Good strong mark. Good strong mark. Looks like it's out to Neil. My eyesight's getting worse. I can't tell. It's a shot. It's out in the full. Centimeter perfect. If you are aiming for that centimeter. Let's Let's get this going. Pies, pass it out. It's a free to the Pies in defensive 50. Let's chip out along the side. Out to the half-back flank. We've got what looks to be hyphen. Centering it up to Hall. Howe goes down the centre to Jamie Elliott. Jamie Elliott should get a 50 for that, and he does. It was knocked out of his hand after the mark. It's weak. He was still coming down with it, but it is a 50. And yeah, we've got Collingwood lining up for their third. A much needed third. And about a minute and a half left in this second period. And then I believe we get the Suns Brisbane after this. I'm not sure. But it is coming along. Yeah, silly free. But that's all right. That's all right. There's about another minute. If Collingwood could steal another goal, like really just go from the guts, straight down, get a goal. This is it looks reasonable. Like if they can show an ability to score quickly, despite not scoring particularly well in this first outing, you'd still take it as a positive. So let's see. It goes up. It'll be called back. Yes. Unfortunate. It'll probably be time. I don't think there's extra time here. I could be wrong. I am wrong. There's extra time. All right, cool. So we've got a little bit beyond 20 minutes. Jamie Elliott, straight out of the guts. Ooh, bad delivery forward. Oh, dropped mark at centre half back. They're playing it down the centre. Oh, they're out. Lions are out. Can they hit the target? No. It's on the ground. It's in dispute. Collingwood's done well here. Well done. Darcy Moore's getting out of the defence to Dacos. Dacos goes further down the wing. Nick hits up Membry. Membry, for his first time, missing the red in any of his jumpers. It's on the half-back line for the Lions. It's in dispute. It's a chip kick out. No real target. No mark either. It's back on the ground on the wing. Membry's lining up to get it back inside 50, and he doesn't get it to anybody. Could have done better there. It was like pretty much parallel numbers in terms of like offense defense in that forward movement. Oh, bad drop. Collingwood are off. Can Dacos get this goal? He does. Good goal from Dacos. Well done. Nick Dacos, the second highest Brownlow votes in an individual season ever, behind one Paddy Cripps, both done 2024. Yeah, Skunk. It's sad to see him in the other colours, man. It really is. But hopefully he's enjoying himself. Like, I think at this point we're on that path as St Kilda supporters and a team where we can kind of see that future. It looks like Cooper Sharman's taking over, and yeah, I think Membry's got a lot to give to Collingwood. So hopefully, Skunk can find himself in some finals. Hopefully not against us. Hopefully, we knock it off ourselves. But if not, I don't hate him getting a shot. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna have to look this up. I'll have to look up what that means. All right, cool. Bad movement out of defense from Collingwood. It's been the one thing that I've really not seen that I would have expected. Is Houston playing today? Hang on. Match sim squads. Surely Houston's playing. Is he allowed to? I don't think he's playing. Okay. Yeah, that makes some sense. Okay, no, Houston is playing. Houston's playing against Brisbane. I've yet to see him really do a ton, but maybe my eyes are getting worse with age. Brisbane's really controlled ball movement here. Collingwood has done, not bad with their opportunities, but they just haven't generated a ton of opportunities. A lot of those sort of turnovers that Luke and I discussed, they were equal last year, 61.7 turnovers per match. Lions lining up here. I believe that's Ty Gallop, which would be his second shot at goal, or if he gets it, his second goal for the match. Let's double check. Yeah, Ty Gallop. Interesting. He might be one to watch for those that are looking for fantasy and Supercoach options. As a tall, looks like dead-eye goal kicker. You only need them to kick a couple in a match, and then they do that again in the next 2-3 weeks for Supercoach. You've got somebody there that might make you money. So that's one to keep an eye on. Interesting. Looks like we've also come to the end of the Lions and Pies. All in all, not sure that I love what I've seen from Collingwood. Like, they haven't played their full lineup, so I don't think it's anything to worry about. And let's do a little bit of movement. Let's get it going, Daddy. So yeah, I don't think there's a ton to worry about so far. I guess I am a little bit. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking this is one of those situations like Freo mentioned, right? Like, you're not going out to show everything. Like, this is, especially when you're versing two teams in like shortened quarters, you're gonna just do your best. You're gonna have general goals. You're not gonna be like super worried about the particulars. My thoughts are probably, we're probably seeing like the base level of what we want to see from Collingwood. It's probably still a little bit off, but not against what I've seen. I do hope Skunk does well for Collingwood. I think he's like one of those guys that was a little bit underappreciated. Like, I wouldn't say so much at St Kilda, but definitely at Sydney, and definitely in the last kind of year or so at St Kilda, he's been moving onto that back foot. We've been asking him to turn around on the leads that are outside 50 and keep it moving quicker. We're just asking him to be a little bit different. And I think Collingwood just need him to be him. So that'll be a good change. So Eric, it's preseason. If your team does well, you are set up for success. If your team doesn't, it's preseason and it doesn't matter. And they are keeping the real stuff for the real season. Couldn't have said it any better. Spoken like a true politician. And I think that is what we really need in life. More politicians. But no, it's one of those ones. At this point, you just can't win a ton. It's hard to say. Like, I think you just want to keep it glass half full as much as you can at this point of the year. I think I mean, okay, I've got a date on Sunday, and the lady I'm going on a date with, she is a Richmond supporter. Now, we're, different timelines of our club's expectations, but they've had a good couple of years. So, I mean, we had a brief chat about footy, but I'm not going to be mentioning the score that they got. I'm not going to be mentioning Layla's injury, and yeah, I'm generally, I'm kind of hopeful things go better for Richmond than it looks like it might. So we'll see. Toby, can you jump up there, bud? You're not getting any food. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Let's see the game plan. Let's enjoy the kids. Let's just, have fun. This time of year, it's all about having fun. Nothing bad's happened yet. You haven't seen a devastating loss that you should have won. Yeah, we're early days. It's early days. Everybody can be optimistic. And that's something I tell myself as a Saints supporter almost every year to a degree. But it's also something that I think you've got to sit back. You've got to be optimistic. You can't just wallow in what was last year. Reflect, move on, try and be better. Get that 1% better, that 5% better. Yeah, exactly. I think we had a very brief chat about the date, or like the clubs before our date, and she wishes, or she hopes to see a St Kilda premiership before another Richmond one, which is a very nice thing of her to say, but I don't necessarily believe that she's telling the truth. So got to keep an eye out for that one. I don't want people lying to me this early. But no, otherwise I'm excited, very excited. She seems like a lovely lass. So we'll see how it all goes. Star Chat, very good, mate. How are we doing? I'm well. I'm watching what has been a pretty interesting first mini game. I think that we've got an improved Collingwood on our side, but I don't think I've seen enough. I really wanted to see good run out of defence. Haven't seen much in that regard. I've seen a strong looking Brisbane that unfortunately looks like they'd probably back up that top level again, kind of locking up one of those spots. But yeah, hopefully we can all see our clubs get there, join them. I don't think if there are any Collingwood fans watching that aren't, maybe watching somebody else or just head glued to the game, I don't think you're going to be far off either way as Collingwood fans. So I think it's going to be a mostly enjoyable year. But yeah, stats chats, lads, I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. Any major takeaways for those not watching? Ty Gallop is looking all right. Ty Gallop is youngster for Brizzy, kind of a tall sort of type up forward. He's taken a strong mark, good set shot, got at least one goal. Not sure if he got the two of them, but yeah, I'm liking the looks of him. One to watch out for in terms of like fantasy super coach. I'm not one to normally pick the talls, but look, if they can have a game where they kick 3 goals, that sort of thing, you've got money to be made. And a lot of that super coach and all those sort of things is how much money can you make so you can spend it on the next guy. So yeah, interesting one, Ty Gallop. One to watch, one to watch. Geez, Gazy's trying a banana. That's not something to watch. Not something that's particularly needed to be. That's not film. That's not something we need to watch. Dylan Alexander, mate. Yeah, on. We've had issues. I'm like not sure if like my upload is bad or if like I've got issues between OBS or something. I don't know, but we've had a little bit of issues. I've managed to not have to start a third stream, which is good. But who knows? We might. We just might. We got another chat. Sarek, I mean, 4 goals in a preseason gets you an AFL contract if you're that. Yeah, the Dons rookie. Oh man, he was amazing. Honestly, they need somebody like that really bad. Cheers, Dylan. Thank you. I don't know if I told you, I got the new Osmo Pocket camera. The Swoop got the same one. It's really good. It's like got a little bit of like communication issues, like maybe, I don't know, maybe if it's like my upload issues, but for now things are going smoothly. They have been for like majority of parts of 45 minutes, so hopefully they just keep going smoothly. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we've got Caden McDonald, one of the big lads in the YouTube footy scene. He's on Fox Footy. He's making a name for himself. We also had Dylan here. If anybody that hasn't seen him, go see him. He's awesome. Likewise with the Stats Chats lad. Go watch them in your free time for sure. But yeah, look, Caden McDonald's done well, and then Dylan did well in his little his things with KO. And I liked the interview. Forgot about the Rewalt lads from Tassie, but you can't remember everybody. And then yeah, we got Jara in there by the looks of things as well. We also had Druzy. Druzy was good to watch. He did a few interviews as well for KO, which was cool. So good on the lads. Good on you, Dylan. Good on everybody. Will Ashcroft looked worrying. Honestly, I haven't seen a ton of him. I don't have sound at the moment. I'm gonna fix all that. I probably should grab something, but yeah, it's I've noticed with this match not having sound. Maybe it's just that little bit of extra time off. I'm struggling to recognize players initially, like straight away. So yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure. Not sure what's going on there. I don't know. That's a new thing. I don't know how many of you have Hinge, but apparently once you set up your phone to your computer, you start getting notifications on your computer from Hinge. I don't love that. I'm gonna have to turn that off. Gazy's trying to do a Ramona. I think it's a Ramona where you like do that backflip over your head. I don't think any of them have got it. But as a general, back to Will Ashcroft, he always looks worrying in the sense of he's always on the opposite team to me and dangerous in that regard. But also, he's hurt himself a couple of times now, and that's just a bit of a makes me wince when he goes in hard because he does hard. Pommy, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I have terrible facial. Well, I'm okay with it, but yeah, it's not. I feel like I need a few weeks before I'm used to people. I would love names on jumpers. Oh my god, been calling for that for years. Pommy, I'm doing very well, mate. Very well. Finishing up that top 8 script. God damn, it's so long. I'm not sure. I might split that into 2 videos. You're gonna have to record it all at once anyway. But yeah, good, really good, mate. I hope you're well. we're seeing if we can keep this all going. Yeah, mate, that it'd be so. I've been saying this. We need to look at some like crazy rules for the preseason. I don't care. Like, it's not doesn't have to be proper footy. Like, if we're not going to take it seriously, let's just throw some crazy rules in there. I don't mind. I always loved the hit the post back into players play on. I feel like that'd be a sick rule if we're just going to have a preseason. I'd be fine with it kind of in season as well, to be honest. Thank you. I love this shirt as well. I can't remember if I got this. I think I got it in Spain. I went to Primavera Sound a few years back. I got to see Tyler, the creator, and he's got this golf label. And I'm not the best golfer in the world. We've had a little chat about golf, but I do love it, and it's kind of a bit left field. Yeah, I reckon multi-ball is like a big. I think you said it, Tarek. Multi-ball would be a good option for a little bit. Like, just that extra level of defense and like coordination required would be funny as. Yeah, that match was ridiculous. That I think we could use. I would even suggest like we could use a rule, right? Because I'm a huge fan of super goals. I did that video about it, but I reckon you could even have like a 5-minute rule, Big Bash style, where your team can get super goals and regular goals, but your opposition's team can only get super goals. So like maybe you have a moment like that where you put a 5-minute power play on. That'd be some fun stuff. Yeah. I love the idea of like no dead balls. Like, imagine if we could have like indoor soccer styled AFL where we've like a hockey rink around like the AFL arena. So like it just hits the wall, keeps going. And there's no like proper throw-ins. That'd be fun. That'd be real fun. Yeah. Just I think like I think it'd be dangerous. I think it'd be real dangerous. But fun. Like I'm all for trying out some real weird rules in the AFL. I think it'd be sick. Let's just try some weird shit. I'm fine with it. Said it a few times. Apologies for eating. I'm just a little hungry. Little hungry lad. That's what I am. We've got Fox Footy here. Just playing some old school highlights. I'm not sure where they pulled these from, but I think Mummy had struggled to play in like footy these days. Like he was struggling towards the end of his career, but like I think the rules are like kind of changing. Where like if you flatten somebody, you're in trouble, even if you've like done it by the book. Leighton, mate, welcome. Thanks for joining. We have just started Gold Coast versus Brisbane. I don't know, maybe I'm running a tiny bit late. No, it looks like I'm live. Brisbane already into their forward 50 with a mark. It's looking like not a lot's changed between seasons for them. Got Rayner lining up. Yeah, that push for Layla was bad. It's one of those, like, he's not in, like, Jinby's not going to influence the play, like, himself. And the only way he could would be to shove Layla into it. So for me, I don't love it. I've never loved that sort of play. I remember, who was it? It was somebody got flattened by like Gary Ablett, wasn't it? That got put. It was like Stephen May got flattened by Gary Ablett in a push or something like that. And that was like pretty bad. Like, and situations like that only happen when like a player's just done something wrong. And like, when have we ever allowed pushing in the backs anyway? Like, this point, it's kind of like, it's a free. It should be probably suspended as well. Brisbane have got to go. It's been minute 30 in. Ooh. Got down low. Good free. Yeah, sometimes we give 1 second to make a call. Yeah, Jimby has so much time not to do that. I could time it up. Yeah, I tend to agree. Like, I mean, the thing is, neither of them were going to make the contest. Like, they were getting the mark anyway. So for me, it's like complete. It's pretty much a brain dead move from Jimby. Like, it all you can do is hurt somebody. So I didn't love it. Yeah, yeah, I don't love the I don't mind the argy-bargy, but keep it like a little bump, like let's let let's let goats butt heads, sure, but like let's not just like dogpile a player after a goal where they've screwed something up or something like that. Like there's ways to be like sweet about it, but I just think there's a lot of times it's not done very well. Oh, it's the Lions are just yeah, pressuring that forward 50. Dang, that was a terrible kick from Loman. Absolutely terrible kick. Yeah. Look, I don't think there was like an entire amount of malice towards it. Like, I think you're totally right there, Pom. I just think it's like it doesn't like it's not a football action. Like we pay a free against that if it's like in the contest. If it's just a bit outside of the contest and it injures somebody, to me, it's like why are we doing it? Like that shouldn't happen at all. But yeah, hard to outlaw against. I agree with you there as well. So tough one. Tough one. We got the Lions just chipping it through the midfield here. Inside, outside, just going terrible kick inside 50 though. Absolutely shocking. The Suns have really good defensive structures, like amazing defensive structures. I'm gonna be real. I'd be very surprised if they miss 8 this year. Like last year was not great. They probably should have done it, but this year they should make the 8. Like they should be pretty solidly in the 8. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly right, Pom. One of those situations where unfortunately, like letter of the law, probably isn't like completely outlawed. It's a situation where it's not great, and then yeah, thankfully we have gotten rid of the good lad reduction or whatever. But are they going to get this goal? The Suns get one back. Not bad. Not bad. I think we've got to have like general guidelines, of course, but I mean everything does have to be judged case by case. It's like it's unfortunate. Like blanket rules just don't work when there's so much grey in the world. So yeah, tough one. Suns need to just itch 2-3 more on the road. Yeah, 100%. Home record was really good last year. They've actually never lost at TIO Stadium either. So if they could get a couple more games out in Darwin, they'd be getting close. So yeah, I'm fairly high on the Suns. I think they'll do well this year. I've got them in my 8, so we'll see. We'll see. There's one team I'm really interested to watch back again. The Doggies for mine. I don't know what I'm saying there. It's an interesting one. Yeah, look, they are behind in midfield stats territories, sort of movement, but I'm a big believer that they're a growing team. Like they're all their players, their floors are kind of raising still. So apart from maybe Tuke Miller, but they're getting there, and I trust them as a general. You still have them in 13th. Interesting. I wouldn't have them that low. I think the lowest I'd have them would be about 11th. But yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Huge call palm. I think the Suns are 13th. They go from. We got a couple of 13ths in the chat. Whoa, Pommy, you two are on a mind meld sort of situation. You got some of that Vulcan stuff going on, bro. But they have played teams with yeah. But they have played teams with a combined 25-34 record at TO at the time and playing that opera. I feel like I should understand what that means, but that's like going in. It's not getting absorbed properly. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Pom. I think they're like, oh, they're going in deep. They got that 3-on-1 really quick. I like the Suns. I do. They're one that I think are in there. Yeah, I don't think it's a huge. I don't think they need the double ups particularly. I think they're a little bit too young last year, and they didn't get a moment to like stop and take a breath, to like kind of go, hey, let's like reel it all in. Let's focus on what's been working at home, what's not, and then go from there. I like them. When the Suns played, their opponent's record coming into that particular. Okay, yeah, fair. Pommy, yeah, mate, I'm a Saints fan, brother. I get that. Like, every time I look at the statistics, mate, like there is something that makes me upset. So I get you, bro. Yeah, I just like their movement now as well. Like the positioning, I don't think they've got a particularly weak spot anymore. I don't think, like, for me it'll all come down to like structure. Like how does their structure work? Are they going to move the ball right? Because their players are there. Like their players are good enough, and there's enough of them. So for me, it's can they apply this sort of pressure to get those sort of dump kicks, get that extra mark, get that extra goal? They're only a little bit off. I want that sexy pink number from the Suns too, man. I'm going to Suns. Who are they playing? Suns Kangaroos in Adelaide for gather round. It's in the Barossa, so I was like, I want to go Barossa, drink some wine, watch some footy. It sounds nice. Yeah, I like Suns. I'm like, I also feel bad, right? Because I made like a review for pretty much every team at this point. But I did the Suns, and like nobody watched it. And I don't think it's because like maybe I didn't do a great video, but like yeah, there was like 300, 400 watches or something. I would have expected like more. Like I don't think they've got tons of fans, but I thought they had more than that. So I don't know if like their fans are just they're not expecting anything. So for me, it's like I want to give them a little bit of support. I feel like the Suns aren't far off. I just think everybody keeps writing them off, and they're getting their own heads a little. So think this could be the year, but it could have been the year last year. They probably should have. Yeah, bang on. Yeah, like he is. And you know what? You'll like this one, Pom. I think you're a cricket fan from memory. My mate's little brother that used to play with us, that we used to play with because we were forced to play with him. You probably know him. His name's Wes. His name's Wes Agar. And his older brother was Ashton Agar. He was really good friends with my mate, Tim, that lived across the street. And we used to play cricket. And Ashton was pretty good. Like definitely not bad by any means. Probably didn't think he was going to play for Australia. But Wes was always like pretty good for a little brother. And yeah, dang, like that little boy, you couldn't get him out. I could not do a spinner on that kid like at all. But yeah, Wes became a pretty decent cricketer. Ashton does all right for himself. They're both out in Perth. Oh no, Ash is out in Perth. I think Wes still lives over here now. But yeah, Ashton's awesome. He's lovely. Him and his wife Maddie. They've had a kid recently. And yeah, more power to them because they're a cute couple. Oh, great goal off the ground. Running little one in. I think that's. Oh, it'd be great if I had sound. I think that's Rogers. I could be wrong. I could very easily be wrong. But yeah, the Agars were really good footy players. Really good cricket players. Probably just had to pick their sport, to be honest. That's it. Sometimes you just got to put them under that little bit of older brother pressure and their friends, and like they develop, like they take these lessons and then they demolish their like under 12 mates, it's just how it goes. Yeah, Ashton's like cool, calm, and collected, man. He's always been that cucumber type, bro. Like he is absolutely a cool cookie, one might say. He doesn't get phased by much. Back in the middle. Good contest. Yeah, I've never met Connolly. I've watched a little bit of him play. Was that a cat? I thought I heard a meow. Yeah. Ashton's little brother was similar. I was like, the second we were like kind of 17s or something like that. Ashton was already kind of playing state cricket and things like that, and Wes hadn't quite gotten there yet. But Wes was like as good as Ashton and like 2-3 years younger. Good interception from the Suns. Oh, it's turned over. It was downfield free. Have they given 250s? What's going on? Or did they they gave a 50 from the spot? Interesting. I feel like you don't see him do that very often. Just a bad hit. That didn't feel like too late. That felt like pretty much on time. I don't know if that really deserved a 50. Maybe a downfield free, but like a 50 on top of it, that's pretty harsh. Hello, Toby. Do the thing. Go give Toby a little pat. Go say hello. What's up? You wanna get up? Oh, you wanna get up on this thing? Okay. Hey, buddy. Hello. All right, we're going back to the center. Toby, I'm gonna have to put you back. Mwah. Yeah, big kisses. Thank you. All right, there you go, buddy. No. You're good. You can stay there. You have a little snooze. All right, let's do that. Let's get back into our thing. All right, and I think, damn, that was quick. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. I looked away for 1 second. Was that Humphreys? Damn, he could be such a good player. Oi, Anthony! Hey, brother. We got things kind of working. There's been some hiccups, but they're kind of working. I don't love double 50s, man. Like, I feel like if there's like a reason for a double 50, then yeah. Oh no, okay, yeah. When Fraser gave away that was worth it. Yeah, that was worth it as a St Kilda fan, and that was probably like deserved. Like, that was so funny. He just lost his like absolute stuffing that game. Richo pulled like similar stuff in the All Stars game. That was pretty funny. That was like Richo's Garrick moment. Cheers, mate. It was good to like. There's so many like little problems. At this point, I've set it up so I don't even need OBS, but I think I probably want to fix that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I need to do. You chill out for double 50s and goals. That's it. Yeah, I mean, fair. I've watched a fair few of your watch alongs. I might have just missed them, brother. Yeah, I'm not sure. I like the Sun. What the Suns are doing. The Suns just pressure so far. Oh, good movement. Suns defensively are just so good. The switch is on and they've taken advantage of it. They can't get rid. That's holding the man, surely. Surely that's holding the man. What's the main flaw with AFL ratings in my mind? Not recognizing certain players or player types. Something along those. Oh no, I get you. Honestly, I don't mind AFL player ratings. They've got their time and place. Like when I first got into like making some stats and stuff like that, I didn't understand player ratings very well, but they do effectively work similar to like a VROP in a lot of regards. So I don't mind it. Toby, oh, can you chill out? But yeah, I don't mind it. I think in terms of like specific issues with it, it's not very easy to understand. There was a good Reddit post on it that maybe we could even go through at some point. But yeah, it's not the easiest to understand why it's even useful. So I would say that's probably my issue with it. Yeah, this is looking like it points from turnover. Like it's realistically about how high can you play your half forward line and like stretch the half forward line or the half back line to your full back line, like your solid defensive units to your running units. And like Gold Coast has great solid defensive units. Collins is great. Mac Andrews is pretty damn good. I forget the other guy off the top of my head, but they've got a strong defensive core. They've got good run from it now. Bodie Hewland is good at locking down the smalls. I like him. I like him a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I would prefer like a wider scaling. That's definitely something that could be looked at for sure. Because I think like when you see, say, like a 15 versus a 12 or something like that, like the difference doesn't mean a huge amount. So yeah, I think a wider scaling would work way better. I think you're bang on there, Paul. And yeah, and also what you said after as well, Pom. I think yeah, it'd be good to have a bit more like just clarity on how it's measured. And a lot of things in AFL, how they're measured, like they're just not very clear. In a lot of regards, is what I've kind of found, and I think that ambiguity kind of helps. Like champion data probably doesn't want to be breaking everything down all the time. Like I'm sure they do for coaches upon request and whatnot, but I think if they could get away with doing less work, they'd be happy doing that because there was a long time where they didn't really advance very much. Ooh, good run out of defense. Oh, they're off. They're out. That's holding the man. That's surely holding the man. Thank you. Yeah, Michael Andy wasn't weighted very well. Frost, I don't know. I don't depends. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the points gained versus lost off a specific player. That's kind of what a VROP is. Value over replacement tends to come down to just like how many points they likely bring versus likely lose to a side. Sprayed it. But yeah, I mean, I think it does an all right job. Honestly, the issue I have comes down to a lot more, to be honest, with like champion data themselves. Like all these issues that we find come down to their lack of transparency, the lack of being able to access their database, or an equivalency of their database that hasn't just been gutted. Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough. Ashley, you think Freo is going to win the premiership? I think they're going to do pretty well. I didn't love what I saw against the All Stars, but I'm willing to believe their coach in that they weren't particularly trying their hardest. So we'll see. We got another sort of month or so before I start kind of making a bit more calls on people. A plus minus like other sports. Leighton, you actually can't. Well, I'll do this for you. So Leighton, we do actually have a plus minus that we can look at. So give me a second, right? I'll pull this up because we're on an ad break anyway. So, okay. All right, don't do that. Don't. Oh no, what have I done? All right, give me a second, y'all. I think I screwed up again. Edit, customize. How do I change this to make it? Let me. Okay, you can hear my voice now. Little steps in the right directions, guys. I told you this stuff might happen. So let me just say if I can. Give me 1 sec. I'll be back. Give me 1 second. The voice will cut out again. I'll be back hopefully before this starts. So watch the screen. Okay. All right. My bad. Sorry. Shouldn't have been swearing. I don't think I was swearing. But yeah, apologies about that. I tried to share screen. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I'm learning to fix it quicker now, which is a little positive. Lesson learned? Probably not. But we're back. We're back with period 4, and like my school days, No, I wasn't going to say we skip this. We're going to watch this. We're not going to skip it. We're not going to skip it. So we got the bounce coming up. Am I actually live? I'm watching things live. All right, cool. Suns get it out of the center again. Okay. I mean, he didn't hit him hard, but that was definitely front on contact. Good tackle. Good tackle. Holding the man. Ball. Jeez. I'm gonna get a drink in not long. I need some waters. Good mark. Is that Jed Walters? What was the website? Oh yeah, apologies. Go to Wheelo. So go to Wheelo. If you go to their match previews, they've got a plus minus for like attack rating, defensive rating, and overall. And essentially, like it's based off a Poisson distribution model. So like it's kind of like most likely, at least I assume it's a Poisson distribution, but drifted it out to the right, didn't quite get that one. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if it's like perfect. Doesn't also tell you a lot, which is kind of a bit of a like same problem in a lot of regards. But yeah, we'll see. That's frustrating that I couldn't share my screen. Like I was really hoping that would work. So that's a bit annoying. Cheers. Yeah, cool. Yeah, some of the stats Wheelo does, or Andrew, they're a little bit hard to comprehend, like some of them. But all in all, he does really good stuff. Generally, my go-to for like not having to write my own stuff. And like I'm not the best at writing code or anything like that. So yeah, I'm turnover in the defense. Oh, wasn't a good setup. Yeah, Leighton, check out Zarek. Zarek's got a good sort of chat. I believe it's the Coast to Coast guys. Could be wrong there, but no, they've got a cool little one there. Sarek, you are the Coast to Coast guys, aren't you? Or am I getting you confused with somebody? Yeah, perfect. Post clearance. Yeah, post clearance. Yeah, possessions are interesting. Let's pull them up. Like post clear, there's a few post clearances I'd really like post clearance mark inside 50. Oh, good goal. Yeah, very good goal. But yeah, post clearance contested possession, post clearance ground ball get. Yeah, interesting, but I don't feel like they tell me a ton. They're helpful with other stats, but yeah. Have you guys seen this Streamlit page? I don't think you can share links in the chat, Leighton. But if you write it down, you can send it to my Insta. You can send it to the Woody or the Wooden Spoon Data Insta. I don't have any control over if you can post links or not. YouTube just doesn't want cross promotional stuff, so it just bans all links. But I'll look into Streamlit. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I thought I thought it was something to do with streaming. Interesting. Python framework. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, bang on, Cyrus. Like, I mean, what can you do at the end of the day? Like, I don't. Let me say, Streamlink. Streamlink. Is that the? There's two different ones from Streamlit that I remember, sort of. Yeah. Okay. These guys haven't updated things in a while. Which was AFL stats. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, I actually was looking for that AFL radars thing for a while. Thank you. I've been looking for that for a while. I saw that about probably over 6 months ago, beyond. Percentile distribution levels on bars. Yeah, sure. Let's do. Whoa, shocking kick from Jed Walters. That was a shocker. Jesus. Let's go Jed Walters. That'll do. Jed Walters generate radar. It should work. Didn't show me team. Okay. It's probably not meeting the threshold or playlist. Let's go Andy Brayshaw. Interesting. Yeah, man. Footy Radars is cool. I haven't seen that one. Well, I haven't seen that in a while because last I saw it, it was not this developed. So yeah, cool, man. Thank you. Yeah, last time I saw Footy Radar, it was like a very basic site. This is cool. Ben Griffiths. I'm pretty sure I've seen him do stuff as well. Interesting. Looks like Essendon uses Streamlit as well. I'm not sure what for. Oh, cool. Yeah, some people have some awesome stuff. There's some really creative people in the community. Jeez, that was great out of the center. Oh, good smother. Too far. Wow. Liking the Suns. God, if the Suns win a bloody grand final before the Saints, life just isn't fair, eh? I don't think they will, but they might. Well. I'm fairly similar to Eric. I'm okay. Like you can use like if you can be bothered learning it. There's a thing called R Studio, and you can get like the R Fitzroy package, and that'll have everything you need. Like if you want to, like if you know a little bit about coding, um, but yeah, that's if you want to do like make your own stuff, like your own whole like mainframe like database thing. Honestly, you probably don't need to learn a lot of that. Like a lot of it, you could just do like base level scraping onto like a sheet, like I do, um, and like you can learn that really easy, bro. Just YouTube, man. There's tons of videos on it. So yeah, man, if you want, it's easy. I'm also like I'm gonna eventually be doing like videos on how to do all this stuff like easily. So there'll be a watch along you can do at some point. I'm gonna try and get it done this year properly. I was meant to do it in the off season, but like these videos just take so much longer than I thought they were going to. Jesus Christ! Like, god damn. We had a lot of these strips like half done pre-draft, but then like the draft was coming up, and it was so we couldn't get them all done in time. So it was like, oh, do we just wait and rewrite it when like players come and all that? So yeah, been a frustration. Also, wasn't gonna do like the top 8 originally. And the more I got into it, the more people that asked for top 8 teams, and I just said yes. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, Leighton, I'm hesitant on releasing some of my stuff because of that reason. Initially, I was going to give away. Oh, that was a shocker. Initially, I was going to give away everything and just be like, hey, like, if you'd like to donate, that'd be sick. But here's all the stuff. But the more I think about it, the more I've kind of like gone over the idea. I've been like, oh, probably helping like people gamble in a lot of ways, and I got to be a little bit careful about that sort of stuff. Just like little things I got planned for the future kind of means I can't do that. But it's all right. We might be able to do one day. We'll see. Nice, Leighton. I'd be interested to see what you're doing, brother. Chuck it up there. Chuck it online, bro. I mean, if you want to have it out there. I mean, I've shown a little bit of what I did. The new model I haven't shown, but that one's not quite getting the accuracy I want in terms of like previous seasons, and like making sure that it's got like a correct response rate. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about promoting gambling, man. Like it's a tough one. I'm already gonna have to like, well, I don't know, but I'm likely going to have to like come to terms with alcohol and just be like, yeah, whatever. But gambling's kind of one I don't know. I don't love it. Well, this has come back. Lions are putting on a show. Oh, this is their last quarter, isn't it? So there's only a bit over 5 minutes left. Interesting. Oh, let's do this. Toby wants Pat. So go. Cute boy. I know, bud. I know. Chill out. Good boy. Mwah. Very good boy. No. You've had all your dinners. All right. Lions take it out of the center. They're running backwards though. They have a lot of pressure on. And it's coughed up. That 40-meter kick on the angle, kind of to nobody, just didn't go anywhere. That wasn't great from the Suns. Is it going to be deliberate? Yeah, well, interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, I wouldn't say it's so much like people you can beat the odds. But I wouldn't say it's so much like it's not even that that I have more info than anybody. Like I don't. But like it's more that I don't like the idea of promoting gambling. Like it's very easy for a child to like circumnavigate like parental locks, things like that, to get past these things, start spending money that they shouldn't, right? And then they start developing a habit that they shouldn't, like quite young. So for me, just because it's YouTube, I don't really know who's watching all that jazz. I'm starting to be a bit more hesitant in that regard. But yeah, there's always I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Bit of a cough up there from Mac Andrews. What do we think? Is Mac's like the highest played person in the AFL now, isn't he? I'm very convinced now watching this that like the Suns are going to do way better than last year. I'll double check the lineups because I think Brisbane's second lineup was the same as their first. Yeah, they didn't do split lineups. All right. Maybe there's more fatigue, but great tackle. Great tackle. But yeah, it's one of those ones. I think the Suns are going to do a fair bit better this year. Who was that? Was that Lemmings? Can't quite tell. Yeah, jeez. What about Shadow Brain? What kind of name? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure his family's got some pretty wild names as well. Shadow Brain. What a name. Big ping. Going to the goal square. Bit across the face. Straight turnover. Yeah, it's weird. I've never quite I've never quite understood that sort of long bomb mentality out of D50. Never understood the long bomb mentality much anyway, but like that kick probably is a turnover. 50-50 contest, ends up on the ground, ends up turned over, yeah. Like it's an odd decision making. Mac Andrews slams it from 50. Is he on target? He is. What a shot. What a shot. The Suns look good. I'm I'm like warming up to it more and more that they're gonna actually make finals. Like they were kind of my outside pick to actually make it, but I'm starting to feel like it's probably gonna happen now. Yeah, yeah. I mean, tall wings provide a fair bit, but they they have to mark it, right? Like it's one of those ones. Like if you're tall in a running role, you need to maintain possession, right? And your strength is your height, your marking. If it goes to ground, like you are risking it against smaller players that potentially more fleet of foot, that sort of thing. So tall players have to use their strength. They got to mark the ball in situations like that specifically. But yeah, I mean, it kind of comes back to that idea that you rarely, particularly in positions where you don't have you don't have the betterment of ground coverage. You shouldn't really be looking for kicks over 40 meters. They are more likely to turn it over than not. It's just the case. So 35 meters and less, you're retaining above 55%. So that's what you should be doing. Big kick, nearly turned over. Yeah. I think it's last thing you want to see is an injured Lombard. Yeah, he's injured. He just tossed the old mouth guard. He's done. Might be a shoulder, might be a collarbone, maybe a wrist. Something in that arm isn't good. And Brisbane go up forward and take a good mark, strong, solid mark from Morris. Oh, Kyle Lohman went down in that hit as well. That looks like a shoulder dislocation. Yeah, rough, rough. Wait, is that no? That's not Morris. That's Tiger Lamb. Jeez, he is looking more and more like one that might need to be Tiger Lop, rather. Um, he's looking more and more like one to pick up. All right. I mean, I've been sitting here wondering what to do with that sort of like F8 for a while. So interesting. Who's everybody's left field pick for like fantasy, super coach, those sort of things? No, it's not. It's not Lockie Gallant's relative. I thought it would be, but I've been pronouncing it probably terribly. Um, it's spelled Gallop. Yeah, Gallop. So I've definitely been butchering it. Ooh, strong mark. Ben Long. I'm a big Ben Long fan as well. Thoughts on the pie season and what could happen? Honestly, I've got him. I've got him in the 8. I've got him like edge of top 4 or not. Like it's for me, they're either like third, fourth, fifth, sixth. That kind of area for me. Um, I'm not sure if they'd get a home double chance, but they might get that home elimination final. Um, they'll be around there. They'll be where you want them to be. Like if you're a Pies fan, you'd want to be around that spot. From there, it's what can you do in finals, you know? Big kick out of defense from the Lions. What happens here? Goes to a pack, goes to ground. It's been turned over, or has it? Looks like it might be a stoppage. Yep. Smother led to a stoppage. Yeah, Ben Long, I just he's so hard at the ball. he's pointlessly hard at the ball. He shouldn't go that hard, but he does, and I love it. Yeah, I think just an ultimate greatness again. I think the Pies are in for a good year. I would be surprised if you didn't make finals. Very, very surprised. But yeah, I think at this point, there's only a few teams that I don't rate as much as some others. I'm not convinced by the Doggies. I just think it's not. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, Doggies are going for mine. I don't see like a set structure in their list, which worries me. Like the people you would put as like set and forgets are like starting to get injuries. Like or they're not training with the team. So for me, I just don't see there being enough depth to really hold them through. And I also think like it's one of those ones where you start playing people that are in and out of the side, you just lose consistency. So yeah, for me, I don't think the Doggies are going to make it this year. I also don't think that Port will make it this year. The only reason I don't think Port will make it this year is because I can't see the point in getting rid of your coach this early into a year unless you already don't think you're going to make finals. And like otherwise you just let him play it out, right? And like if he really manages to win you a grand final, you deal with it then. You've got a grand final coach and somebody, yeah, sorry, Cyril. For me, it's just odd. Like it doesn't scream that there's a huge amount of trust from like the boardroom and things like that it'll get done. And when you don't have that trust to start the season, it just doesn't scream great things. Toby, could you stop walking around with your tippy tappy toes, please? Come on, up here now. Up. Thank you. The swap over's been planned for a while, but like it hasn't been announced per se. Like we didn't have a time frame on when the swap over was going to happen. Yeah, I mean, for me, they're the two big ones that I think are just unlikely to get it done. Yeah. Like Port are hard to pick. They're really, really hard to pick. Like in a lot of regards, I'm very confident in their midfield. I think they've got two reasonable or better ruckmen. I think, yeah, key backs not great. Key forwards probably a bit injured more than you'd like, but everything else is pretty all right. So I'm not particularly worried about their long-term list positioning or anything like that. But yeah, it's just I'm just not sure about this year. Last year I was fairly confident they made finals. And then you had your wobbles here and there, and I still was fairly confident, but yeah, this year just doesn't feel like the confidence is there. So they're my outside. Port sometimes look vanilla. Port sometimes look really cool. Like sometimes their midfield is just unstoppable. Yeah. Georgiades has a bit to shoulder. Marshall, if he could stay on the park, he'd be good, but he just constantly gets injured. It's a tough one for them. I don't think they've got a bad culture. I think they genuinely get the most out of their team in a lot of regards, but I don't think they trust what they were doing to get it done. And that's where I think, what are they actually going to do this year? So who really knows? So Just don't have the trust in that I did in previous years. Hinkley was, for me, probably never going to really get it done. I've probably been a little bit on the bandwagon of getting rid of him for a while, but he definitely got a lot out of his players. So I don't think their attitude was particularly bad under Hinkley. I just wasn't clicking, wasn't quite getting it done. So I can understand to a degree why they've gone a different path, but it's just odd timing. Just odd timing. Yeah, I can kind of see your point. Like they definitely have folded a little bit. Richards will be a nice pickup for them. Richards and Berry will be nice pickups for them. Be good for them to get Sam Pepper back as well. I feel like his kind of dogged attitude was missed in the latter sort of part of the season. Yeah, I don't hate them. I think they've got a good list. I just don't know. I don't feel it like I did last year. Francis Evans is a small forward. Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment. Big games put on that extra pressure. It's always going to expose more. There's more time put into every thought, and it's more likely. I think, yeah, no, I'm in a similar spot. Sorry, I think I don't rate your chances for the premiership particularly high. I could see you getting into the finals. I just have that less so. Anyway, Lord looks good. Lord looks really good. Richards, honestly, I don't know that you need Richards all that much as a Collingwood supporter. I understand you've got a little bit less now in your mid forwards, but I mean, I don't. He's that kind of dude that in a couple years' time, because you're bringing in those older players, he's unfortunately the kind of dude that would bring down the overall of the side because he would end up being one of the more experienced players left over from your dynasty, that sort of thing. But he probably isn't. If you're playing for another flag, he's probably on the edge of selection. So for me, it is one of those ones where it's okay, if that's the case, then yeah, you're probably happy to move him on. I would be. I think he gives a bit to Port. He probably doesn't quite do enough for the sort of small forwards that Collingwood has. That being said, Port has some good small forwards. Willie Rioli is awesome. Just needs some consistency through the others. Yeah, Harvey Harrison looks like he's got a spot. So. Yeah, Hayes, I've heard good things. I'm not sure if you saw the chat with Luke. Got to have a chat with him. It was really good. But yeah, he had a lot to say about Hayes. He liked him. So yeah, I'm hopeful you don't need him because apparently he's playing more as a small forward. But yeah, apparently he's good. Yeah, Willie for mine, he's one of those dudes that just, if he could get it all to click, he'd be one of the top small forwards in the last 20 years or so. Just doesn't quite do it often enough, is all. Good player, really good player. And I like Aliir as a second key tall defensive post. Just really need that. I don't even know if you need that kind of gorilla stopper either. You're pretty. Even just a second proper intercept would maybe be enough. Yeah. I love Josh Dacos. I reckon he should be in the guards. I've been saying this for 2 years, but Josh Dacos has had good centre clearance per CBA numbers for a couple of years now. It's fourth in the league last year for people that attended 10% or more total centre bounces. But yeah, for me, you guys have got some interesting players. Good enough to like throw around in quite a few spots. I wonder though if like you were to put like your best players in their best positions, whether you're like really close to getting the flag, or like you'd be far away. Like it's hard to say. I don't love the idea of playing. Like I don't hate the idea of playing Josh off halfback, but I don't love it either. Like not bad, not a bad thing, but yeah. Jacobs is definitely offensively basis. Like that's one of the reasons I love him. His efforts inside 50. I think hopefully like you find another like couple of like players for that role. I think you're probably one off. And like what's his name? McGuane? I'm not saying that right. That dude coming in next year, he'll probably be that sort of player you need. Or that Collingwood need. But yeah, I'm a little bit. I didn't love the movement from halfback in this game so far. I'll be interested to see how it goes against the Giants, against the Suns, because coming into this match, I would have thought the Lions would have been the harder side to play against, fairly comfortably. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get that run working properly against the Suns or not, because the Suns, for me, look good. Plenty of magnet movers. Yeah, Fly loves that stuff, definitely. Do they need a hard body? Not sure if they get sent. Yeah, they're old. I don't know how I feel about that sort of hard body debate. I get it. I just think back to people like I think back to like West Coast of like their sort of dynasty era. And like Judd was not particularly big bodied and he had fucked shoulders. So he wasn't pushing people out of there. Cousins, yeah, but he was more breakaway speed. And Kerr was just slippery as an eel. So for me, I don't know if you need the big hard body. You need good ball users, that's for sure. I just don't know about that big hard body. I feel like Port's one that's testing those sort of thoughts. Like to be honest, like they haven't played Horn Francis as much as I would have expected him in the guts. And to be honest, like Butters and Rosie are like small. They're not big fellas. So they're kind of going down that path a little bit. And when they start playing like Bergman and stuff in there as well, none of them are contested beasts. Like, it's interesting. Yeah, bang on. That Eagles midfield was unbelievable, just unbelievable. In fact, the biggest body in there was probably Andrew Embley, which he probably played on the wing more than anywhere else. Give me 1 second, guys. Looks like the match is about to start. I'm going to get a glass of water. So I will be back in 10 seconds. Actually, I've got some mango. All right, game's about to start. Jump ball. Is that Steen or Ilro Smith? Straight out of the center. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I forget that you guys have wines sometimes. Like, part of me just thinks he's retired. God, I don't know. I couldn't tell you why. 21 Steen. All right, yeah. Steen hopefully does well. Not the best first ruck contest. Ball came on his head though. It's hard to deal with that. Wait, that was a roast minute. Wait, I don't know. Hang on. We're gonna wait. We're gonna see if this is 21 or not. I can't remember. All right, Toby, down, butter. You get down. Yeah, I've heard some all right things. I think it was Anthony from Pies Footy that was telling me about Steen. I just chatted with Luke as well, so I'm getting my conversations a little confused. But I think it was Anthony was talking about Steen. Big jump from him there. That was good. Damn, muscled him. All right. Steen looked all right. Toby, can you stop that, please? Good touch. Good touch on the line. God damn. All right, I'm gonna need to go get some juice after this. That's meant to be for my smoothies. I'm not meant to drink that stuff straight up. It's just sugar. But God, it's tasty. All right. After that point, we have got Gold Coast back out onto the wing. I'll try to move it a bit inboard. Smith is 20. How dare you forget? Yeah. Yeah, apologies. There's not much I can say about that one. I'm liking these Suns. These Gold Coast Suns do look good. They taste so good from the man. There's something about plastic that tastes good. I don't know what it is, but and glass too. Maybe I just like flavored drinks. I don't know. So yeah, fair. I mean, Anthony. I mean, you give him an idea, he'll run with it. Not that that's a bad thing. Anthony's a lovely man, lovely man. All right. Good tackle. Good lock up. Damn. That was a terrible hand pass. Was that Ben Long? That looked like a Ben Long hand pass. Yeah, that was good movement. Damn, Collingwood. Straight down the centre. Into the forward line. Spoiled over the top for a boundary throw in. That was really good. Really good ball movement. Yeah, Mac Andrew just flies. He probably could have marked that. He got 2 fists to it. Yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah, nice. Ultimate greatness. Do you get down to the trainings much? Do you have a look at them? Or you just Collingwood? I'm assuming you're just Collingwood now. I think. But yeah, Eagles. If they can ditch that Birds of Tokyo song, they would be. I don't know. I feel like the vibes would just improve. Like I don't think it'll do. Like shouldn't do much, but like vibes mean a bit. Like vibes are important. Oh, good pickup. Oh, good shot. Was that Schultz? That was good. No, who is that? God dang. Nice, brother. Nice. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for your stuff, man. I've seen you in a few of the chats. I don't think I've seen you. I might have seen one of your videos. I'm getting less and less time to watch videos these days, unfortunately. And it's like a lot of the stuff just goes into writing these things. I'm not very good at I'm doing okay now, but I'm not particularly good at saying things off the dome when I'm trying to make a point. So all my stuff has to be scripted, and it means I spend a ton of time just writing. It's bloody annoying. Yeah, I couldn't tell you Gold Coast song. We are the pride of Gold Coast Town. No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really trying to think of Gold Coast song now. I can't at all. I can't think of it at all. I can't think of any words. The Suns really nailed this. Oh, actually. No, hang on. All right. I don't know if you guys know about this. There's a little thing that I've noticed hasn't hit the socials yet. We are the sons of the Gold Coast Suns. We are the sons of the Gold Coast Suns. Is that literally? I gotta bloody look up the lyrics. There's no way. Gold Coast Suns song. What is it? What is their song? What's their? We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We are the ones in the red, gold, and blue. Right. Interesting. No, you're good. Sorry. I know a little bit of, and actually, I don't know if I should double check this before I say something that's liable. That's for sure. Gold Coast. What was his name? What was that dude's name? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's definitely what I think. Okay. And I should see if that's true or not. So I'm just checking something up because I don't want to say something online if it hasn't been stated elsewhere online. Okay, all I'm gonna do, because I don't want to say it and get myself in trouble, I would suggest people look up the person that wrote the Gold Coast song Suns. There's the Gold Coast Suns song, and they should look up that person's name and any sort of criminal records. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, you can find it. Wait, is that it? Because if I can say it. If that's it. Oh, I don't know if that's the same dude. I don't know if that's the same dude. Right. There's some like allegations that have been out there for a little while now. I wouldn't put any credence into them because I can't find anything online that backs that up 100%. But yeah, there's allegations. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same dude now that I'm looking at it. That might just be like rumors, but Very, very similar names, that's for sure. All right, we're back in the center. Let's get back to like actual football. It's bounce. The Suns gave away a free. Pendles has got it in the center. He's held it up a bit. Looks to have found Isaac Quainer. Quainer goes backwards. The premiership full forward Billy Frampton is at the wrong end of the ground. And Billy does a long kick that gets cut off. It is in dispute on the wing. And it goes for a ball up. Yeah, West could be interesting. You guys need a proper full forward to develop. And you've got some good ones there to teach off of. So supposedly he's well built as well. West could be a good steal. Could be a good steal. Was he the one that? No, am I getting? I think I am getting confused. I can't remember which one was the Sydney Academy player, but they also looked pretty good. Good center clearance. Well, good stoppage clearance, and it's brought back. I think they just let that play. Oh, dangerous. They get out of it. And they get it straight to the big man up forward. We've already said my thoughts on gambling. Not a fan. If I was, I'd be putting money on Gold Coast to make the finals. So yeah, it's an interesting game. They got it. Period 5, bit under 10 minutes left. Gold Coast lead by 5. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Let's double check some player stats. Let's see if anything's come up. Do we actually get stats from these matches? That's highlights. I don't. Sorry. Matty Rao just explodes through there, ends up getting caught, but he gets the handball off in time, and they get an inside 50. It's spoiled, sent back out, and it's a high tackle against, looks like Steel Sidebottom. We've got Humphreys giving it into a free in the goal square. Jeez. Okay. Not sure what happened there. That was an odd one. But number 20, who is that? That's Ethan Reed. Oh, okay. That's his second goal. Interesting. Not somebody I thought would get a couple of goals. So might be somebody to keep an eye on, as we have mentioned a couple of times tonight. We've got number 15 for Collingwood coming out. I'm not sure who that is. 15 might be Will Parker? Somebody will have to let me know. Greatness, if you're in chat still, let me know who 15 is. Might be worth a deep dive there. Sorry, I'm not sure, man. I know a couple of Baileys in real life. I've met a Bailey from the footy as well. One of the Baileys in footy. Yeah, I want to say more about that. Is that two Jeff? I think it is. Interesting. I'd like to see two get a few more games. TJ would be a good addition to their side if you can lock it down, get that sort of back pocket roll going. Oh, John Noble. Oh, nearly got caught. Got that hand pass out. Kept the ball moving. Oh, looks like a good mark to Collingwood, but it's been given to Ethan Reid again, is it? Who is that? I just can't say. Okay, I need to go to the optometrist. No, that's Max King. Ben King. Max King. Ben King. I should know. I'm a Saints man. I should know that. I'm a Saints man, so yeah, I definitely should know that. Ben King. Yeah. Ben King's got it. Do we see a Collingwood 76ers styled situation this year? That's my only real major issue with Collingwood. They're old, right? Sometimes old people don't play as good, but it's very early in the season, early in the piece. Wouldn't worry yet, but I mean, it could be possible. You never know. We're back in the center for another bounce. Ned Moyle misses it to Steen. Steen gets it out, but it is held up for another jump ball. And this time Moyle taps it out, goes to pick it up himself, but we've got Steele side bottom interrupting it. Ooh. It's like Alex Davies coming through there, getting it out to Moyle. Moyle off to Rao, and it is just scurrying across that back D50. They've taken it to the other wing and tried to go down there to no real avail, and it's out over the line for a throw-in. I mean, Sydney made the finals, to be fair. Sydney made the grand finals. The 76ers haven't made the conference. So, I mean, I get your point. I think you've got a reasonable point. Ooh. That was odd. I don't think, like, as to be clear, I don't think we are going to see a similar sort of capitulation from Collingwood as we have seen the 76ers this year. But, I mean, the list build-up is somewhat comparable. Somewhat. Collingwood, speaking of, gets it to, I think they're oldest on their list in Scott Pendlebury. I think he's the oldest in the AFL now, in Scott Pendlebury. Scott Pendlebury on half forward flank. Gets it out to Chris. Chris bombs it in. It's been intercepted. And it looks like it's coming back out the other way. I believe that's Rogers. I could be wrong. But here they go. the Suns run into a bit of trouble. Not enough people forward. They're going over the line, and it's another mark deep inside 50. Tujiaf needed to put his body on the line there and just take the hit to get that spoil. But it's a preseason match. You can forgive those sort of lacks of intensity. I think it's pretty damning tanking for a player, though. Like basketball is the most, yeah. Basketball's different. I mean, basketball they accept that like tanking's a thing. Like that's just like they understand that this is going to happen, and it's why you see like the Hinkley stuff. It's why the Thunder have 1,000,001 draft picks. So yeah, kind of same, kind of different. I don't hate the idea of tanking, to be honest. Like if you're really gonna suck, you're gonna suck, right? Like who cares if you suck a little bit more? Like I'm a Saints man. Like we've watched us suck for years. Like if it gets you closer to actually being competitive again, I'm almost for it. Because like I almost think sitting in that sort of wilderness of never properly competing is almost worse. Like if you're really bad, you've got that like generational kid to look forward to that might come through one day, you know? Like if you're just in that middle ground, you never get access to them in any sport that's got a draft similar to like the NBA or AFL. NBA a bit more than the AFL, just with like the percentiles they have for draft picks and whatnot. But dangerous kick out of defense. We've got Jacos there. Ooh. Good run out. Good run out on the half back line. McCreary's held up. Mac Andrews gets it off the ground. How a man that is 2 meters tall can get down and pick up the ball so easily is beyond me. I'm barely over 1.8. I think I'm 1.8 on the dot, actually. But I can't do that. I can't touch the ground. Yeah, I mean, that is true. Like in basketball, the thing is like culture changes so dramatically, so quickly that like it's very different to footy. Like you've got 5 people on the ground compared to like 18, 22. So yeah, like I think like it's really hard to maintain cultures. The only ones I can really think of in the NBA that have done that is probably the Heat. Miami's quite good at retaining that sort of culture. The Lakers, to a degree, they kind of buy everybody. So yeah, I mean, and then there's like the Spurs sort of as well, but they're happy to ride the waves. I mean, Pop hasn't been great for a while, but yeah, I mean, it's a different game. It's just a different game. Yeah, well, look, I'm a Phillies fan, so I hate the Celtics. So I'm never going to praise them for anything. It's just the way it is, man. So yeah. But yeah, no, I get your point. Celtics are pretty good. Yeah. Like the NBA just has better ability to move players, like as a general. Like you don't need to sign on for every decision in that regard. Like, I mean, what Luca just got moved. You know, I like that idea in a lot of regards as well. Last kick for the 5th period did not quite make the distance. We got Gold Coast 6-0, 36 to Collingwood 3-1, 19. We'll have about a 5-minute break here. I'm not going anywhere, but we will have a bit of a break from the footy. Yeah, I mean, NBA has different structures. They're like list structuring is different. We get to see contracts. Like it's just different. There's a lot of things I'd like to take from it, but Yeah, we'll see. One day. I think the AFL really needs to start making a lot more money before it could start implementing some of the things we see overseas in other sports. But we'll get there. Yeah. I think, like as a general, I think it'd be good if like we could be more honest with contracts. Like, I would love to know if like the Tom DeCohen contract offer is at all legit, right? Because like we don't know what he's offered. We're never going to. Like we don't know what like Collingwood's offered. We've heard rumors, but like we just don't know. And like when you see like certain players and whatnot, we get a glass next time. When we see certain players and whatnot, yeah, kind of. I've lost my train of thought. My mom got me. My mom just texted me. She's like, "Get a glass." She's right. I should have. What can you do? Thanks, Leighton. Thanks for coming back, mate. You're a Bucks fan. A couple of Eastern Conference fans. You're right. You're right. I mean, you guys are like, oh man, it's frustrating watching the Sixers, bro. The Sixers and Saints are a terrible combo. Sixers, Saints, and Arsenal. Like Sixers, Saints, and Gunners, man. Like it's just a frustrating combination of teams. Yeah, that's right. I reckon we actually need, like, if we were to start moving players without their consent, we could look at like a little, and like obviously probably don't need to look at this in every aspect of like society and whatnot, but little like what are they called, like company towns, things like that. Do one in each city for AFL players. Like if somebody gets traded against their wishes, they've got a house in the major city. They can just live there straight away with some other players, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, they could do that, and then we could start moving players around the country without having to worry about them packing up their whole lives, buying a new house, finding an apartment, whatever it is, right? And like give them like, I don't know, a year in one of these accommodation places, and a year in that, maybe they get traded at the end of that year, go to another team in another city, they get again another accom for a year. I think there's got to be ways that we can do it where we still try and make like players comfortable and achieve a better outcome for clubs, essentially. Oh, I shouldn't pound that. It's a lot of sugar. But it's been a nice little evening. We've had a couple of chats here with the fellas. I'll tell you what you want. Yeah, I'd just like to see more transparency across the whole AFL. Like player stats, like they got rid of weights. Like who cares? Like why? I'm getting off track here, but I think there just like needs to be greater transparency across the whole AFL, because it's just like we just have like a bunch of arbitrary things that make no sense. Like half of it's just legacy decisions that have been like grandfathered on. But man, we don't need to get into all the intricacies about what the AFL does and doesn't do right. They do some things good, some things not so good. We got a little dog here. That's what we got. That's good. So now it says it's what, break time? Let's see. Can I get this to track me? There we go. Got a little dog. He's a good dog. Very good dog. Those that haven't met, his name's Toby. Toby, meet everybody out there. Yeah. We just want some of the chicken that's still there. We'll give that to you. We'll give it to you at the end. All right. So let's do that. And hopefully that stopped moving. Yeah, cool. It's getting easier to figure that stuff out. Yeah, stats, wages, bang on. Stats, wages, like there's probably a few other things that I can't think of, but yeah, bang on. Like players weights. Nah. Like I to be fair, I don't care about that. Like at all. But it just seems like a really useless change. Like a really pointless change. Mhm. God damn. That was a cough and a half. Yeah, bang on. Like I don't think we need weight updates every year. Like to be honest, that you could have pretty much like a general weight. Even like I'd be fine with like a 5 kilo weight range. That works roughly, and it's as you said, just to like get a good idea of matchups. Like you wouldn't put Jack Whitlock on. I mean, I've got no other person coming to mind, but you wouldn't move Jack Whitlock onto like Tom. What happened here? Sorry, the game has just started again. What was that? Yeah, okay, weird. Yeah, you wouldn't move Jack Whitlock onto Tom Hawkins. Like it's like the weight class. It's never gonna happen, right? So what the heck happened there? Did anybody see that? So it just started. There was bounce. Went into the Collingwood 50. Looked like it was just marked. And it was free to Collingwood. And I think they've kicked a goal. They have. All right. Okay. So yeah, no idea what that was. No clue. Yeah, it's life. I'm gonna figure it out next time so I can actually listen to this thing at the same time because it's good to hear what's going on. I'm definitely losing track of players. Yeah, good point. Um, yeah, if the Pies win this one, it's very we're not going to learn much from this match. I don't think we're going to learn a ton from this match either way. Um, Brisbane have already gone home. Like, also, I remember like Swoop having issues getting tickets to this match. There is so many seats that are open, like just endless seats that are open. Like this is weird. The AFL is weird. The ticketing systems, everything about the AFL is a little archaic, just a tiny bit archaic. Yeah, it's journey and vibes, man. That's life. I mean, if we could, if we knew what was going to happen, if we all like, if I knew the Saints were going to win the grand final this year, it wouldn't be a very interesting year. Like the journey is kind of the main thing. Vibes would be high though. I mean, if I knew St Kilda was going to win the grand final right now, vibes would be very high. They would be very high for a while. I don't think it'd be as good as like that real moment where you win a premiership. I don't think that would hit quite the same, but I think I'd be pretty unsufferable. Like I'd be insufferable for a year if I knew Saints were gonna win. Yeah, it wouldn't be great. Wouldn't be great. That's why I think you can only really have maybe like 10, 15 minutes in a grand final of like you're gonna win and like that elation and all that. Because like you think back to like the other year where I can't even remember which team got smashed. I think it was Sydney. Yeah, it was Sydney. Um, yeah, you think back to teams that got smashed in the grand final. It's boring. Like everybody's kind of like over it. pretty quick. Like that Port Cats grand final. Sorry to bring it up. That was over quick, and like I think most people kind of didn't have much to say after quarter time. Um, similar with that Sydney one. It just wasn't very interesting. Like, yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, look, I mean, St Kilda's the king of like getting your hopes up and cutting them down at the worst time. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones, man. Like, I think you can only have maybe 10 minutes or so of like that elation, 20 minutes maybe. Otherwise, you're just gonna be like a bit of a dick. Like, just gonna be walking around like, we got this. Ew, what a win before you've won. So I think it's even in everybody's best interest that like, games are close, and not just blowouts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bang on. Like, if you have a kid one day, there's a good chance they probably pee or like poo the bed, and that's not going to make you stop loving them. Maybe I don't know. I don't have a kid. I can't tell you. I'd assume not. No. We got two Jaff marking at a halfback flank. Still 25-36, 4-1 to 6-0. We've got Costa. Leighton, thank you, mate. Glad to glad I'm not way off the mark. They've got up the wing. They've got up the wing to Isaac Quainer. Quainer gets it up to half forward. The Suns have picked it back up. That was very quick pick up. Good smother on the wing. Yeah, I mean, just wash your hands thoroughly. That seems like a pretty important thing. If there's one thing, no, I'm not going to say that. It's like a Facebook status that you should never repeat. One of those things you think of. It's just like I said that years ago. Probably not appropriate. That was good. Good hands out. It's good pressure. Really good pressure. Oh, hit the post. Yeah, good pressure. Wow. Out the back. Good chase down. Really good chase down. Good effort. Yep, my eyes are going blurry. Thankfully, we're in the last quarter of this. I also can't run this in like proper HD because I think my internet was struggling. So it's legitimately a bit blurry for me. Pies were crowding the contest and just let one player split through five. That's not good enough. Yeah, this isn't. Hmm. Be real, I don't know if I'm seeing enough from Collingwood. For a team that I thought would be top four, and still kind of do, but it hasn't been the outcome I'd expect. Shocking. You got a free from it, but yeah. Cheers, Leighton. Thanks for popping past. What were your details regarding team run-ups again, mate? What were my details regarding them? I mean, it should hopefully be out in about a week for the final team, top 8. We're like finishing up the script now. I should finishing up hopefully tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna do another watch along tomorrow, so if you want, pop your head in. Ouch. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I've got the prediction video coming as well. That's taking a lot of effort too. So they're coming. But yeah, thank you for popping past. I'd assume top 8 should be done by this time next week, roughly. And we have got a Collingwood free. By the looks of it, I think it was free. I didn't see if he marked it, to be honest. Big kick in. I'd be surprised if this ended up with a mark. It's over the back for a throw in. Okay. Yeah, if you Google Coast to Coast AFL podcast, you can see it. So, nah, you're all right, man. Don't worry, sorry. That's all good, bro. Cyric, that's who you were asking. I had no idea what you. I thought Lee was asking me. My eyesight's starting to go. I've got like lights in my face and all that. I definitely need to go to Specsavers. Me and the umpires. We could do a day of it. Hold each other's hands. Braid our hair. All right. We've got good move. Oh, what a tackle. That was good movement from the Pies, but it just stopped. And then they were just shut down in seconds. Who's number 7 for the Suns? Here, Kim. Nicholas Holman. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. He's dogged. Oh, God dang. Pies moving it up the middle. There's some overlap handball here. They're doing well. They've just kicked it to 3 on none. That's just terrible inside 50 movement. The Suns are bringing it back out. They have made it past the centre half back line. They're in the centre. They're looking for an option. They've gone to the wing. They're going to slow it down a little bit. They've moved it out to the half forward flank roll. It looks like a mark from... Cannot tell from that far away. Just can't tell. Drills it in. Oh, bad marking. What was that? I mean, I think it was Steen on Moyle. I mean, Steen hasn't played. Cheers, Leighton. Thank you so much, mate. Pop your head in anytime, brother. Moyle with the I believe that belongs to Happy, Mr. Gilmore type walk. I don't know if that's mean. That's probably mean. I probably shouldn't have said that. Apologies to Ned Moyle. He's a lanky dude. No, he's a big boy. Big boy. Jeez. All right. Cutting down to about the last 10 minutes here. Gold Coast kicked 7 straight to Collingwood's 4 goals too. I don't think. I mean, there's some good players missing from Collingwood. Like, let's be real, but I don't think this is what they were expecting to see. I don't think this is what Collingwood fans were expecting. Nick Coleman's bursting out again. That should be holding. Yep, that's holding. I don't know about anybody else here, but I hate it. Like, I hated it in footy when somebody would just pretend to pick up the ball so people would get back. It's like, bro, just pick up like the footy. God damn it. Like, I feel like that's almost like those basketball situations. Like post getting like a dunk or something. Like, you shouldn't touch the footy. Like, there should just be no. Like, you're not allowed to, sort of thing. If it goes right in your hands, just drop it. Let it hit the ground. Or like, let's give it to the ump. Like, let's just give it to the umpire that's calling a free, and like from there, the ump can distribute. I feel like that's a fair way. Waste a little bit of time, which all players want to do, and yeah, I mean the umpire doesn't have to screw around while somebody's pointing at like four different players, pretending they don't know who it is. But as a general, my takeaways from this are Collingwood. I need to see more. They haven't improved in the way that I thought they would. At least not on first glance. Um, Brisbane feel like they're like fairly rock solid. I don't think a ton has changed between years for them. Which is good because some people did question what what Joe Danaher and his departure might mean. That doesn't seem to have mean much to them. Don't get me wrong, he was great on their day, but for the year, I don't know if it's going to mean a ton. And then we get to Gold Coast, which the more I watch them, the more I'm convinced that they're doing something very, very right. And I mean, time will tell, but I'd be surprised to see them miss the eight. If they played like this all year, be very surprised to see them miss the eight. I don't think there's a ton of teams playing better than this. At least not currently. Toby, what's up? Sorry, Toby's having a little whinge. Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. No, buddy. Come on. No, buddy. But yeah, we've got about maybe 5 minutes left. Look, I kind of said similar towards Collingwood's like first two periods after they ended. Yeah, I'd need to see like a run on of goals here to be like fairly convinced by them. I don't expect to see a run on of goals either. Toby, please stop, mate. You've had food. You have. You don't need what's left over on the table from my food, okay? You don't. Oh, he snuck it in there. Is that Ned Moyle again? It was. If Ned Moyle can go down and pinch hit as a forward, as a key forward, that's dangerous. That's very dangerous. Yeah. I think we're at the point now where like we just need to like after what we've seen tonight, We just need to get to Collingwood's next match. Like, who are they playing next? Collingwood's next matchup is against no, that's round 1. Collingwood is playing the Tigers. I don't think the Tigers I don't think they apply any real pressure to Collingwood. I can't see that being anything but like a bad match. Like, in any way you want to look at it, I don't see that being a good match. Like, either Collingwood smashes Richmond and it's boring from start to finish, or Richmond puts up a good show against Collingwood, and in which, all right, the game's kind of interesting, but as a Collingwood supporter, you'd be devastated, right? So I feel like that's just a danger game for Collingwood because there's no real win. Like, all you can do is smash Richmond, which you're expected to do. And if you don't do that, if you are only to just win, there's going to be question marks on you. If you were to lose, then there's like real big question marks, like questioning your whole list makeup. Like, it's very early to start making those calls. Don't get me wrong. And like, preseason matches can mean next to nothing in a lot of regards, but when they don't mean next to nothing, if you were to start off the season by essentially not putting up great results against two teams that are probably around you, you'd assume you're at least better than one of them, and then you verse the team that's like just shocking, right? Like Richmond's shocking. If you lose to the shocking team after not putting up a particularly huge fight against the two teams that you should be around your level, questions will be asked, even if it's not a serious match. So, interesting one. We've got Isaac Quainer on the side here. Now, I'm not listening, but when they generally show a player like that, there's potential for injury. So keep an eye out for that one. I'm not saying he's injured, but I'm saying keep an eye on it. There's a huge run down the wing here from the Suns. They're looking for the man out the back. They've got him. Has Himmelberg got free? No, he hasn't. They've managed to save it. Well done to the Pies. 8-2, 50 to 4-2, 26. We're at the end of this match. There's like minutes to go. At this point, guys, I'll stick around for a bit in the afters. Toby, stop eating your butt, mate. Thank you. But yeah, probably won't stay around for ages. I'm gonna finish this script, so I got to do a few things. But it's been a good time. I've enjoyed myself a lot, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well, because we'll be doing this for Friday. We'll be doing every Friday for the rest of the year, which will be great. And then finally, I might do Saturday as well. Saturday morning for the Saints game. I think it starts at 11, but I've heard whispers it might be moved until 10. So keep an eye out for that. The North match isn't an official match. The North match has been moved from 11 till 10 a.m. So if you did want to watch that match, make note, I suppose. Yeah. Now we're into these last minute or two here for Collingwood and Gold Coast. And Collingwood got a goal back. They got a good goal over the summer. One more, and you start worrying less. If Collingwood could get a goal here, start to worry a bit less. It's been brought back. It was a bad bounce from the umpire. The umpire's going to throw it up. Nilra Smith does a good job at tacking it back, but nobody there to pick it up and do anything with it. It's in dispute on the ground. It's made it out to the wing where Holman was tackled without the ball. He dropped it, but it has been pulled in for a ball up. So Comes back up again. Holman gets it out the back. And good defense from Bruzzy. And likewise, his forward counterpart in making sure that wasn't an easy mark. It's out on the wing here. Looks like Ilra Smith. Or is it Steen? I'm getting confused now. He gets it down. What's up, buddy? We'll get chicken in a second. And we're closing down on the last 20 seconds of this match. Been an interesting one. As a general, Brisbane looks good still. Gold Coast looks much improved. The run out of defence has been improved a lot. And it looks like, I mean, should they get Rioli back, that'll just improve again. Collingwood, I haven't seen what I'd want to see. From the addition of Perryman, Houston, a few other people, just not quite where you'd want them to be. 5 goals to 32 from Collingwood to 8 goals to 50 from Gold Coast. Yeah, Collingwood didn't really do a ton in the first match against Brisbane either. Gold Coast was impressive against Brisbane in their match. So, yeah, I think it's early days. I don't think we need to take a lot from this, but warning signs. Warning signs. Things might not be as smooth sailings with the additions to Collingwood. And warning signs sent across the league to anybody that is underestimating Gold Coast. They're going to be more dangerous than people think. It's just going to be the case. Now, we've been at it for nearly 3 hours now. We're going to do a little bit more. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a message, all that sort of jazz. But we are going to start looking at wrapping it up pretty soon. Now, I wanted to, at this point, start doing like games and things like that we could do together. There's a few things out these days. There's a few of them. There's like Gridley, those sort of stuff. There's also a new one from Zero Hanger that's stats based that from 2024 that was going to be something I played. But it seems as though I have issues when I try and share another screen. It seems to be the reason why we've cut out twice. So we won't do that, unfortunately. Hey, Toby, down, buddy. Come on. Good boy. So yeah, we unfortunately won't do that. But we will be looking at doing that next time. I'm going to have a look into some of this stuff tonight and tomorrow. See if I can get this all sorted for Friday. So keep an eye out for the Friday stream. There should be a link dropping, I'd say, in the next, it's meant to be in like the next half an hour or something. I'm not exactly sure, but there will be a link dropping for Friday's stream pretty soon. So go ahead and click the notify if you want to get notified for that as well. I probably will be streaming the Saints match here. I haven't managed to get tickets. I could probably still do it, but we'll see. Otherwise, yeah, any sort of questions before I start looking to wrap this up? Because we might look at some stats before we say goodbye. But unfortunately, yeah, if I can't share them with you guys, it's gonna be just my pretty old face and nothing else. So let's see what we get out of the match center and any stats from this game. See if there's anything there, and then let's move on. So I even pull up my phone. It's probably easier in that regard. There is a few people on Twitter and X that you can follow that have these sort of things coming out fairly frequently. I am going to see if I can pull up one of my favorites. And nope, he's not there. Okay, whatever. But that's essentially going to come through pretty soon now. We'll start getting some stats on this last game, and then we can go from there and just decide if we want to have a chat about anything else before I wrap it. The only other thing, may as well chat about before we go. Did anybody else? I'm sure you all saw the Suns and their shenanigans this past week. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. I think they got hacked twice. I don't know how you get hacked twice, but like, yeah, it wasn't their best moment, wasn't their finest moments. Let's see if we can get some stats. Just trying to pull anything up. That's a good point. Suns defeat the last two premiers on the same night. They beat the Lions 47 to 37, and they beat the Pies 50 to 32. Is that an omen for the coming year? I don't know. I don't think so, but they looked good, like really good. I think it is a year that we see them finally make the finals. Another interesting sort of media piece from the AFL that we actually had one. I can't remember if it was Syric or Leighton, but we had somebody mention that the Eagles are looking to vote with their members. They're not going to make the change unanimously, but they're asking whether they keep the birds of paradise, birds, whatever that. I can't remember the band name, but they're looking to go back to their old Eagles song. They're asking the fans. So if you're an Eagles fan, jump on to your as particular members, jump onto your email and have a vote. If you want your old song back, you have the opportunity now. There's not something that's going to come along for many fans very often. So if you like it, go and get it. Otherwise, I'm not seeing a ton of stats pop up anywhere. We had a similar problem with some of the other practice matches. There just wasn't information coming out heaps. Let me just pull this over here. AFL practice match stats. Let's see what we can find. Otherwise, the game is well and truly over now. We've got replays going on the side here between Brisbane Lions and Carlton. So I'm going to be pulling away KO from now. And we're just going to chat, you and I, for the rest of however long we decide to chat. So let's do that. Now we've got... I'm going to try Footy Wire. They used to be all right with stats for preseason matches, but it doesn't look like they've got anything either. Yeah, weird. Yeah, not much. Okay. Well, look, end of the day, there's a few players that we can maybe discuss. Ty Galop, I think he's one to keep an eye out for. He kicked like 3 goals. So I think he's one to keep an eye out for. Ethan Reed, I'd say, is another one. Again, kicked a few goals. Probably not somebody, like if you're thinking Supercoach, fantasy, that sort of stuff, probably not the best pick. Look, if you're desperate, they might pop up, kick like 2 or 3, and something like that could be what you need. Other players that maybe jumped out this evening. Let me just pull the list. Previous. Okay. Let's pull up the previous players from this match and that's it. Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So looking over it again, Will Parker was interesting. Tujath was interesting as well. Didn't see tons of Houston. Didn't see tons of Membry. Nor Perryman, to be honest. I think I saw a bit more of Perryman. In terms of youngsters, yeah, not a lot from Collingwood. Ed Allen a little bit, but yeah, not a ton in that regard. Brisbane had Tiger Lock, that was the main standout for me. Logan Morris looked quite nice. He probably takes that number one role this year. I just don't have a ton of faith in Hipwood. Otherwise, who else kind of stood out a little bit? Shadow Brain as well. Love that name. Whether he gets a ton of disposals or not, he always stands out. Great name. And then we got from Gold Coast, Bailey Humphrey really stood out. Ethan Reid stood out. Ned Moyle stood out. Leo Lombard got injured. That's something to take notice of if you're one of those Supercoach players or fantasy players. Yeah, Himmelberg looked all right. Mac Andrew looked good. I mean, the defensive line from the Suns looked amazing. As a general, the Suns looked amazing. I think you got to keep it up. You got to do it next week. You got to do it in the actual season. But they're looking threatening. So I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with the match. It's good to have footy back in general. At this point, I think we're going to look at calling it. The dog wants me to take him out. He's curled up on the bed, bit upset. But look, before I call it, thank you very much for popping past, saying hello. The chats have been lovely. It's been really entertaining. I was doing this a lot last year anyway to try and do reviews, so it'll be somewhat nice to sit down, chat with people, watch the footy, that sort of thing. So if you enjoyed yourself, leave a like, hit the subscribe, all that jazz. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow to do the Friday watch along. And then we probably do the Saints as well. I don't think I'm going to the game, so I may as well just share it with you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for tonight. It was great fun. And yeah, I will be back this time tomorrow. Yeah, earlier. I'll be back when the footy starts. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Leave a like, leave a comment if you want. Otherwise, thank you very much. Cheers.